Hello and a very warm welcome. Now let's talk about Formula 1 and a bit of breaking news. I think I'll cover it in both, all in one. We've got Alexander Albon, who is going to race in DTM in 2021, and we have rumours that the Australian Grand Prix will not be the first race of the season. Obviously, if you remember last season, the Australian GP was a total fiasco. You had fans going to the venue, yet F1 couldn't even be bothered to let the fans know, and then it eventually all got cancelled. It's looking like Australia, programmed to be the first race of the season, is going to be postponed, and they're going to try and pull it on at a later date. I think, and I wouldn't be surprised if F1 have to basically do another European season, where we go to Europe, and then Bahrain, Abu Dhabi. But as we stand, Australia, it's looking like it's going to be postponed. We go later in the year, and Bahrain will be the first Grand Prix on the 24th of March, I think, is the first race. And in other news, Alexander Albon obviously got dropped by Red Bull. Sergio Perez will replace him. Albon to race in DTM in 2021 alongside a Red Bull reserve. So it's basically what Robert Kubica did last year. Robert Kubica was racing in DTM, but the odd races he was at the F1 race as a reserve role for Alfa Romeo. Got a couple of practice sessions as well. So yeah, following the news that he would be replaced by Perez for 2021, it has been revealed that Alexander Albon will race in DTM. Now, if you're not familiar with DTM, it's basically German touring cars. That's what it is. It's pretty prestigious racing series, to be honest. Paul di Resta's done it before. Timo Glock, Robert Kubica. Albon is set to partner with New Zealander Liam Lawson, Formula 3 driver last season, in a Red Bull-backed effort in the DTM, with a third driver to take Albon's place when he's called up for Red Bull. Interesting. So Albon loses his seat and he's going to end up going to DTM. He's going to race in DTM, but sometimes he'll be at the F1 races. So it's basically exactly what Kubica did this season. Albon and Liam Lawson as a team. Interesting. So that's the Alexander Albon news. But the Australian GP, programmed in for the first race, it's looking like it's going to be postponed. Bahrain will be the first race, and we'll have to go to Australia late. Obviously, with COVID restrictions, different countries have different rules, and as I record this, it's looking like 8 o'clock tonight. The UK will be going in a full lockdown again, which should have happened last week. Then it didn't get made last week when it should have been made. Then we've had kids going to school today, risking themselves, and now we're going to go into lockdown. It seems it's absolutely crazy with what's going on in the world. I just pray to God that we can still have sports going. I pray to God the Premier League continues, and I pray to God we can get an F1 season going. And if the worst comes to the worst, we know we can do a European season like last season. 17 races, we went back to old tracks, new tracks. It was exciting to go to different places. Australia looking like it's going to be postponed, and it will get put back later to the year. If we go, like China's gotta be cancelled completely. I don't know why they've put China on the calendar. That would be suicide to go to China. Then you've got Holland, Spain, European races will be fine. Interesting if we go to Japan, Singapore, Mexico, Russia, Brazil. Obviously, I would love to go back to Brazil, but obviously if it's only safe to do so. Any breaking news, I will have it covered, but yeah, bit of rumours and some news coming out of F1 today that the Australian GP looks like it's going to be postponed, and Alexander Albon will race in DTM after losing his seat. Hopefully he can do well in DTM and get his confidence back. And maybe he can return in 2022. It's absolutely freezing, hence why I've got my hood up. Comment down below your thoughts on Albon going to DTM and the possibility of Australia getting postponed again. I mean, it was a shit show last year, but they can't have another repeat of last year. If they're going to postpone it, do it now. Do it early. Not having fans go into the gates and actually going to watch practice. And then we've got queues and queues of fans queuing up for the venue. And then they announce it.